Switzerland is open right now, and here are the benefits of studying in Switzerland. You can move with your family. You can work for 15 hours a week. HND can apply. You get English taught courses. You get high-paying job. And more interestingly, you can pay tuition for as low as 700 euros. Hello, this is Gamaliel from Research Prodigy, and in this video, I want to tell you about everything you need if you want to study in Switzerland. The first thing you want to do is to find your courses. Now, I would advise that you choose courses that can enable you get work and job opportunities immediately you finish your school. What you want to do is to research high-paying or high sought-after jobs in Switzerland before you find your course. Of course, if you are going for masters, you must go for a course that you have done, a similar course that you have done in your BSc. If you are going for BSc, you must go for a similar subject or a similar course subjects that you have done in your WAEC, NECO, or GCE. Here are some universities and institutions that you would find in Switzerland. University of Lugano, University of Bern, University of Zurich, the University of Basel, the University of Geneva, and a whole lot like that. What you want to do is to look for these courses, these sought-after courses, these high-paying kinds of professions or job titles that would align perfectly with the course that you want to choose. That is the first thing you need to do in your research. To apply with your HND, that is your higher national diploma, you must make sure that you had a very high credit, such as a 2-1, or you came out with a first class in your HND. And also, even if you don't have an HND, if you have a relevant work experience, say you want to apply for a course in the finance sector, you have 5 years of finance experience, you have 5 years of accounting experience, you have worked for 5 years in your home country, yes, you have a very good chance of getting the admission and moving immediately. Another good thing is that you can move with your family. Now, you have to show your marriage certificate that you're legally married to your spouse, and you can also move with children who are under the age of 18. So if they are above the age of 18, you cannot move with them. If your children is under the age of 18, it's a wonderful spot for you to shoot at. Another reason that will allow you to move with your family is if you have moved to Switzerland, you have a work visa, you have a resident permit, you can actually bring your family. That is your spouse and your children that are under the age of 18. You can see how good and how friendly their policies are. One more reason why, or one more criteria for bringing in family is if you have a high proof of funds. If you can show that you have the ability to cater for their expenses, their travel expenses, their health insurance, their day-to-day expenses, then yes, you'll be allowed to move with your family. But before you can move with your family, you must have arrived in Switzerland and make sure you have most of these criteria I just stated. What I'll advise is you should conduct your independent research on first, the course, second, the course that allows you stay, the course that have high demand in job opportunities, then, of course, your marriage certificate, children under 18, and a whole lot like that. You must be in Switzerland to do this. Another wonderful thing to do or to note is that you cannot work as a student unless you have spent or you have stayed in Switzerland for 6 months. So unless you have stayed in Switzerland for 6 months, you cannot work. This means that you should have sufficient money that would cater for you for the first 6 months before you start looking for work. Now, this is one of the backdrops of Switzerland, but at least it gives you the opportunity to move with your family and work while you study. Now, one good thing to note is you should find skills. You should have skills. The fact that you cannot work in their government or organizations should not stop you from learning skills such as barbing, photography, hairdressing, video editing. Any skill that you don't need a corporate confirmation to work is what you should be learning. There are payment plans. If you are a barber, you can charge up to 100 euros per cut. If you are a hairdresser, you can charge up to 200 euros per job. You can see how lucrative it is. If you are a photographer, wonderful, and say you have a very good skill, you can open up your Instagram account and keep posting what you have done in wherever you are, so you have this credibility. And of course, when you get there, you can charge in euros. Let me even give you the best thing that you can do. This skilled path for work in Switzerland pays more than the white collar jobs, because you can get multiple skilled jobs like this. And of course, you don't have to wait for the 6 months before you can start what you are doing. There's a booming industry in Switzerland, and it is the shoemaking industry. You can learn how to be a shoemaker from Nigeria or Ghana or wherever you are, or learn how to be a cobbler, fix shoes, because it's more expensive to actually fix shoes in Switzerland than to get a new one. You can see, I'm even giving you an opportunity, a job opportunity that will fetch you a whole lot of money when you get to Switzerland. Now let's talk about the documents you need to apply. First, and more importantly, you need your international passport, which should show that you are a national of a country, which should show your name, which should show where it was issued, which should show your date of birth, because anything you are doing, the country is going to take it into their documents. If you are looking for work, all your documents have to be complete. And please, don't forge it. Don't forge it. I have a situation from one of my clients that they had to go and check in Nigeria. They had to travel from Switzerland to check in Nigeria whether she is married or not. You don't want to forge any certificate. You want to show how you are. Another very important thing you need to know is the proof of funds. So it's about 18,000 Swiss francs, and Swiss franc is higher than dollar. So you should know what rate it would be at the prevailing time you want to actually move. So the prevailing rate at the time you want to actually move is what you should be looking at. You can do it in any currency and get what your proof of fund is, because it is very important to show that you are financially capable of taking care of yourself in Switzerland. Another important document to carry along is your transcript. So your transcript is like your academic breakdown of everything you have done in your BSc, from your year 1 to your year 2, 3, and year 4. If you did 5 years or 6 years, you can also include this in your transcript. What you need for your application is your unofficial transcript. You can always apply to your registrar in your school to receive your unofficial transcript for application. Then after admission, they would need your official transcript, which will also come from your registrar's office. So you can use unofficial transcript to apply. Another most important information is your application fee. Yes, they ask for application fee. So it's about 100 euros. You have to pay your application fee for your application or your admission to be processed. This is very, 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 very important, and also you should take note. The timeline for the processing of your admission is between 4 to 8 weeks. So in 4 to 8 weeks after submission, you should have an admission decision. Let's do a recap for documentation that you will need. You will need your international passport, you will need your transcript, you will need your application fee. You would also need what we call the SOP, which is the statement of purpose. Why did you choose the course? Why did you choose the school? What have you done previously? How will the course or the school shape your future intentions? Where will you go with this course? You have to be enthusiastic about it when you write your statement of purpose. It's also called the motivation letter. So every school has the name they call it. So be aware of that. You also need your academic transcript, your academic CV. So that is your curriculum vitae. This academic CV is a breakdown of your work experience, very important, your personal information such as your name, your email, your address, your phone number, your professional summary, which, for instance, you could say an IT professional who is looking to get more knowledge, work with industry experts to solve real-life problems. In the academic CV, you also need to state your previous educational background, the university you went to, what you studied, your research project, your research objectives, your grade at the end of the day. Did you come out with a 2-1? Did you come out with a first class? Did you come out with a CGPA of 3.5, 3.6? All this must be stated in your academic CV. Let me give you an advice. It's important to note that you have to learn either of German, French, or Spanish to actually get more opportunities in Switzerland. There are English jobs, but they are few. So if you learn a foreign language, you have more opportunities to mingle with the community, to mingle with organizations, and get paid highly. Of course, Switzerland is the most, or one of the most high-paying countries in Europe. Of course, you know that what that means. And I'm sure that is the main reason why you want to move out of your country, the payment. For your visa application, it is interesting to note that you would need your admission letter, which should show that you have been given an admission in so school. You need to pay for your health insurance cover, which should show that you can take care of yourself and your health on transit to Switzerland. You need to pay visa application fee, which is very, very important if you want to move to Switzerland. When you get to the visa office, you want to bring these documents with you. You want to, if you have marriage certificate, wonderful, to show that you are married, and get prepared for the visa interview. It's very easy to reach out to their embassy. You could make a call and book your appointment, or you send an email to their respondent, and of course they will respond to you within a week or two. So they are very fast, they are reliable. Then of course, for your interview, you need to be able to answer questions such as, why are you leaving your country? Such as, why is there an educational gap? Why did you finish 5 years ago and you want to go for your master's now? You could come in contact with me and I can explain what you will need for your visa and train you, of course, on how you can get your visa processed and move to Switzerland. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this video, like this video, and of course, share this video to actually encourage me to do more research, to use from my clients' experience, the people I've written for and done an admission process for, to refine what I have. Thank you, and see you in the next video.